Hey there, Waggers here. I'm doing a quick update because we're right before the turning point. I wanted to document some of my progress before I actually start spraying paint. But here's where I'm at now. When I bought this car, it was a running and driving race car, but it was in serious need of a refresh. Lots of things between the paint in the interior chipping and fading away, leaving surface rust in a lot of areas, a lot of worn out items in the engine bay, and quite a bit of body damage. So I decided just to tear it all apart down to a rolling shell and kind of start over, since I was looking for that full race car experience anyways, and it's fun, and there's nothing quite like tearing a car down and knowing how to put it all back together. I feel like working on it trackside, if I ever have a failure at the track, it'd be a lot easier anyways, so why not? But here's kind of the mock-up with the body panels. I'm really excited to see it start looking more like a race car again. As you can see, the engine bay is still pretty much empty. I'm still chipping away at the seam sealer. I'm going to be redoing that here. The engine bay is so much cleaner. I can't even tell you. I finished the passenger side, and I'm still almost done, but still working on the driver's side. You can tell the top half is clean. This is pretty much what the engine bay looked like before, so lots of progress there. And, I mean, look at the difference. The steering rack. Anyways, I've made myself a little seat with a piece of wood because I've spent quite a bit of time in this engine bay cleaning everything up, getting little details taken care of, and making sure I don't have any problems on track this year. I'm really hoping that this car ends up being a fun, reliable car, taking care of all the concerns now. That way it runs well and, everything's taken care of. So that's done. These fenders were pretty much trash, and I mean, they're still pretty, race hardened, but my gal friend helped me flare them out, so hopefully I won't have any more wheel poke. That'll be nice. Got almost all the seam sealer off the car, working on that. I finally have a seat installed on sliders, yay! Because I'm really short, I'm 5'3", and the seat that was in the car before, that Corbo up there, is meant for a 42-inch waist, and my shoulders didn't even come up to the shoulder bolsters anyways, so whatever. But you can tell what I was talking about with the surface rust and the paint chipping away and stuff. And more importantly, too, when I got this car, I kind of had to extricate the dash from all of the crazy amount of wiring. I mean, there's wiring everywhere along the passenger side. The wiring that was behind the dash was just nuts. There was all the factory wiring was left there, and then a whole bunch of extra wiring was just strung about everywhere. Nothing was ran in loom or anything like that. Things were just haphazardly run one way or the other, and there was a loose factory harness that was barely even being utilized. It was just a few wires for the taillights that would run down along here, and the driver would trip out of it trying to get out of the car, and it ran all down the bottom and through the back. So I cut all the original wiring out, which is kind of a daring move, but I've decided to go ahead and redo that too while I'm in here. So kind of bare bones at the moment, but we're at a turning point. Like I said, I finished getting out that door over there too. That was a lot of fun. I'm not quite finished cleaning up the cut yet, but I will, and I'll make it match the driver's side door more closely before I get everything all painted. The back's looking a ton better. I'm replacing the rear quarter glass. I've already got polycarbonate and all the hardware I need to replace the glass in this little section here with polycarbonate, still maintaining the glass hatch and leaving the glass windshield. But it's nice not to have a ton of wiring going around back here too. I took out all the wiring back here except for a couple of strands for some lights. Taking care of most of the dents back here. There's just a couple left, this guy and there, but working away at it. This panel was obviously a little bit of a disaster here. Lots of high and low spots that were here, but a lot of it's gotten taken care of now, so it's nice and smooth with just a few more details to take care of, but it looks good, and it's going to look great once we start spraying and everything gets to be one color. So yeah, here's where we're at right now. I am going to be adding mirrors back onto the door, so just because I'm going to be probably street driving the car a little bit just for funsies, to take it to meets and make it so I don't have to trailer it just to go to the local track. So that'll be a lot easier. And besides, the series I race with races on street tires anyways, so why not? But thanks for checking in. I hope you like my project here. I'm certainly having a ton of fun with it. I've already got probably a couple hundred hours into it, and I haven't even started spraying yet. But Once I spray it, I can start working on getting everything back together, and then I can drive it, and I'm so excited. So, talk to you soon. Bye.